Today, MrBeast is in huge trouble again. I don't know what he did, but apparently he is in trouble. Let's get to it.
When you're a creator as big and recognizable as MrBeast, it becomes near impossible to avoid controversial situations. However, how on earth does a harmless video about exploring ancient culture escalate into a lawsuit-riddled scandal involving not just national agencies, but the president of an entire country?
Yo, what?
A popular YouTuber is now being criticized for filming in some of Mexico's most important archaeological sites. Mexico's president is asking for details on the permit and warned that there may be sanctions if that permit was violated.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be going over the recent events behind one of MrBeast's most unexpected controversies. How it all started, why people are mad at Jimmy, and
Jimmy seems like a good guy. What did he do now?
What the real details about the lawsuit actually are. On the 10th of May 2025, Jimmy published a video titled "I Explored 2,000-Year-Old Ancient Temples," in which he and his crew visited the ancient Chichen Itza temple and several other archaeological sites in Mexico.
We'll be exploring dozens of ancient temples, all of which hide ancient Mayan secrets from the world deep under.
Oh no, he probably turned it without a permit. That's what they doing. Damn, Jimmy.
From navigating underground
Mexico going through a lot right now.
inspecting
Deportations,
artifacts,
then
Jimmy's team made a conscious effort to take the video beyond flashy entertainment and provided educational insights about the culture viewers might not have known otherwise.
Now that we're at the end, you said you had a surprise.
Yes, this has been found in the last 2 decades.
Oh. Whoa, what?
Whoa.
It's a funerary mask. And this is the face of one of the kings of the Snake King.
Why, that's kind of hard. Hold on, nigga. They put it on back then.
The Mayans used masks like this one to shield those that have passed away from dangers on their journey to the underworld. Can I hold it?
Yes.
This was made over 1,000 years ago.
Yes.
Which means my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents weren't even alive. Why is this not in a museum? Why is a YouTuber holding this? Get this away from me. Take it.
Don't tell anybody.
Okay, I totally won't show 200 million people.
Culturally significant sites like these are often highly restricted areas that even most archaeologists aren't even given access to. However, for some reason, Jimmy was seemingly given privileged access to the area, something
because he's MrBeast, man. He not just, you feel me? He not just anybody. He MrBeast, bro. Put your dick on the table, man. Come on, bro. Hey, man.
Made sure to point out in the video.
It's actually a pyramid built on top of a pyramid. So the deeper we go in, the older things get. Be careful, boys.
It's so sketchy, Jimmy.
I can't believe the government's letting us do this. It really is crazy. Not even archaeologists are allowed to go back.
However, there were parts of the area Jimmy's team couldn't set foot in.
At the top of this pyramid is a temple so sacred to the locals that no one is allowed up there. Out of respect for the culture and all the people who hold this very sacred, we are not going to touch the temple.
As unassuming as the video and its contents might have been, it was about to spiral into a much larger controversy that no one, not even Jimmy, could have seen coming. By the 15th of May 2000,
he drove a drone into the pyramid?
2025, Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, otherwise known as INAH, released the following statement about Jimmy's latest video on Twitter. Regarding the video released by YouTuber MrBeast, we are pleased that YouTubers and all the young people around the world appreciate the value of our ancestral civilizations. What the INAH strongly condemns is that there are those who take advantage of the goodwill of institutions to commit abuses. Furthermore, the INAH condemns those who, for commercial gain and private profit, dare to distort the value of archaeological sites, which are a legacy of our indigenous cultures and the pride of our nation. Following this, the INAH points out their major concerns with Jimmy's
this ChatGPT wrote this shit. What are we talking about, man? Huh?
video and outlining the steps they'd be taking to correct these issues. Reading, the permit issued to Full Circle Media, representing MrBeast, did not authorize the publication of false information or the use of images from archaeological sites to advertise trademarks for private profit. The nation's heritage, which is public by nature, cannot be exploited by commercial enterprises. For this reason, the INAH has filed an administrative lawsuit against the production company, demanding compensation for damages and a public retraction for failure to comply with the terms of the permits issued.
Why didn't y'all just review the video before he posted it? Nigga, yo, I'm sure he sent the video in to be reviewed before he posted it. I think they just trying to get money off of him, bro. I really do think they do.
In good faith by the institution. At a first glance, this post seems incredibly damning for Jimmy and raises questions about how his team violated the terms of agreement with INAH. Was it because the video was monetized? Did the advertisement in the video count as private profit? Or perhaps the problem wasn't with Jimmy's video presentation at all? A few days before the INAH made that statement on Twitter, they published a press release regarding how the video was filmed and regulated. Reading, the visit and recording that took place in the archaeological zones was carried out in accordance with requests made formally by the Federal Tourism Secretariat and the governments of the two states mentioned. In addition to this, they corrected some of the misrepresented facts Jimmy made during the video. Reading, in the case of Chichen Itza, we clarify that no drone flight was made inside El Castillo. As falsely mentioned in the video, this flight was made outside the structure. Obviously, the video has extensive audio-visual post-production work and alludes to events that did not occur, such as the one that the producers never descended from a helicopter, nor did they spend the night within the archaeological zone or have any mask in their possession. Pre-Hispanic, because the one they present is clearly contemporary reproduction. All of them are false assertions that obey the theatricality of the YouTuber in question. Even the governor of Campeche came out with a statement affirming Jimmy's adherence to regulations. Reading, MrBeast's team acted at all times with utmost responsibility and respect towards our ancestral heritage. All necessary permits and legal procedures were duly processed and authorized by the INAH-MX, who were present during the filming alongside Sector Campeche.
And why are y'all trying to sue if everybody was present? What are you talking about? I just think they're trying to get money.
The government of Campeche. All of this would lead one to believe that the lawsuit wasn't filed because of anything Jimmy did personally, but rather some mistakes on the part of the associated production company, Full Circle Media. However, this didn't stop people from assuming Jimmy was part of the lawsuit or criticizing him for entering the archaeological site in the first place.
Now, adding to the controversy, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum herself has requested clarification on the conditions under which MrBeast and his crew were granted access to these historically significant locations. But the core of the dispute lies in the alleged commercial exploitation of these sites. In fact, throughout the video, MrBeast is seen promoting his own brand of snacks, even referring to them as Mayan approved. And the Institute asserts that the permit granted to Full Circle Media was solely for filming purposes and did not extend to the promotion of private brands. The sentiment is echoed by locals in the region. And in Mérida, the capital of Yucatan State, residents, including tour guides, have voiced their disapproval for the preferential access seemingly granted to the YouTuber.
With the media cycle in full swing and criticism coming in every direction, Jimmy had two choices. Either 1, let things run their course and let the controversy die down on its own, or 2, speak up and clarify the situation. Fortunately for Jimmy, he chose the latter. But would that be enough to convince those who already assumed he was in the wrong? By the 18th of May 2025, Jimmy tweeted out the following statement defending his visit to the ancient Mayan temples. Reading, I've seen a lot of stories about our recent video in Mexico and wanted to clear some false things being said. We did this video to get people all over the world excited to learn more about their culture. Much like we did with our pyramids video, we are not and never have been sued by them, lol. That is false, and it saddens me to see people spreading lies. We filmed with full permits, followed guidelines, had representatives from government agencies following us, Mexican archaeologists to make sure we were accurate, and representatives from sites to ensure we were following the rules. To fully get his point across, Jimmy included several statements from the governor that support the stance of no lawsuit being filed against him. Reading, this material, by the way, was produced with respect and professionalism.
They did the proper procedures. I think they're just trying to sue. I think whatever the organization that is just trying to get money off of Jimmy. Because they did the proper procedures. What are we talking about?
Surprised that, on the other hand, the Ministry of Culture wants to sanction the production for its adaptations for an international youth and children's audience, which are typical characteristics of visual literature. These adaptations do not violate current law. Regarding concerns about the advertising featured in the video, Jimmy made it clear that all government agencies were aware of the Feastables ad, and everything in the video was pre-approved. He also shared a few extra details that that show the visit had other positive impacts on the surrounding communities beyond mere exposure. Rating: they were aware of us mentioning Feastables in the video, but for the respect of the sites, it was filmed off-site from any national monuments. The dinner scene—
Okay, they did everything they were supposed to do. What are we talking about?
Where I made the Feastables joke—
I think they just want some money.
—was not near any main temples. We also never planned on sharing this, but as always, my hand is forced by false headlines. Behind the scenes, we funded wells and water projects in the state. I've also been working with INAH on a fund to support local Mexican archaeology and new discoveries because I wanted to help spread the culture as a thanks for allowing us to film.
Man, I ain't no lie. I see what MrBeast be doing, bro. He trying to sway the public opinion to make people think that he to make himself look better. He for sure probably did that, but at the same time, bro, what?
While it seems Jimmy wouldn't be facing any direct legal action, the same couldn't be said for the production company he collaborated with, as the INAH stated the following a day later. The administrative legal procedure against the legal entity Full Circle Media, SADCV, due to the violation of the terms of the permit for the production of a documentary video titled MrBeast, I Spent 100 Hours Exploring the Mayan Jungle, was notified to the company on May 14th of the current year. The YouTuber used the permit to make another promotional video for his MrBeast Feastables chocolate and other commercial brands such as Walmart, 7-Eleven, Kroger, and Albertsons. This constitutes a violation as it created a production different from the one authorized, with commercial purposes and using the archaeological sites to monetize content through digital platforms. This is prohibited in accordance with the general law of national assets. Naturally, this emerging lawsuit caused some confusion on why INAH was suing the production company even after they had approved the video almost immediately after filming. From Jimmy's earlier statement, it seems the INAH had their agents present during the production and allowed him to include the Feastables ad. So, what had changed after the video was released? More importantly, what would the result of the lawsuit mean for the MrBeast brand and the production company that he worked with? The current MrBeast controversy is the perfect example of doing everything right, but still losing the game. From Jimmy's perspective, he had gone through all the necessary red tapes to get the video produced, even going the extra mile to give back to the community he worked with. However, he inevitably ended up getting caught in controversy on a national scale. Could it be that the MrBeast brand is simply so big that it has become a magnet for contention, or was—
I think people just trying to get money off of him. That's really it. That's all I really have about this video. I'm not gonna lie. Niggas trying to get clout.